What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Idle Heroes. Today, we're here on the old account, the old daddy level 209 place, because there's been some changes. There were some changes to the game, primarily the skill damage for damage over time, which a lot of people said made WrathofGod much better. Did it make WrathofGod better? Today, we're going to find out. Because normally, he hits decently hard, but he's very inconsistent, okay? He can do amazing damage, or he can do absolute butt crack worth of damage. You know, and there's just happens. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go and we're going to be naked the old Valk. Well, we're not going to be naked. We'll just remove these two things. That's all we really need. That's all we need, and we might need this as well. We'll take that from you. We're going to go ahead and get you priest gear on there. Hot stuff, I know. But this is our WrathofGod looking right now. Okay, we're running a crit stone on him with the antlers. I think antlers is still like it. After the changes, especially for a damage over time based hero, Antlers Cane is just even better than it already was with the precision buff. So antlers are freaking hot. I love me some Antlers Cane. So we're running that with a crit stone right now. We'll run a few battles with the crit stone, and because I've got bukus of billions of dollars, I can swap his stone around, not really worry about it. So we'll swap him over to maybe a skill damage stone and try that. We can swap him over to a double attack stone. I really mainly want to test double attack, because double attack is going to affect his damage over time. Obviously, it's the percent of his attack damage, so the higher his attack is, you know, obviously the better his damage over time will be. And since this account does not give a flying crap about PvP, having the high attack stone and, you know, worrying about Ada bringing him down faster does not matter to me, because who cares? Not this guy. Not this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and we're going to do some broken spaces fights. Boop. Actually, do we want to snag this Cruce out real fast? I feel like I do want to. Cruce. Boop, 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 bop. Eeny, meeny, miny. Cthulhu. There you go. Perfect. Get Cthulhu out of here and give me that gear. I don't really need the gear on this account pretty much at all. I could use probably another set maybe. I just kind of wanted that Cruce. I do need another Cruce. I've got more than enough Heart Watchers. I don't think I even have the stuff to get a Heart Watcher. I'm not that worried about it. But like I said, I don't need any of these things. I don't need the gear. So completing them, I mean, I don't need to. I've already got everything in the bag that a man needs for heroic miracles. So it's not that important. But we're going to jump over here into the Broken Spaces area, and we're going to take on Wave 3, because all I have to deal with right now is Wave 3s. We're not going to fight this one, because this one blows for testing damage because of all the crowd control in it. These two will be the best tests for WrathofGod, and I know the light one will probably be the place he does the most damage, but also the light one is the one where he's going to take the most damage, so I want to make sure I can keep him alive. So we'll do a little bit of testing first on the Abyss dude, and see how that goes. Then we'll swap over and take a crack at the old these farts. Are they assassins? I feel like they're assassins. They are assassins. Brain power. Do I have a damage versus assassin artifact even? Is that even something I own? Ranger, priest, crappy bead of crap, ranger, mage, priest. Are you kidding me? I don't have a single damage versus assassin artifact. Is there even one? What is the damage? I don't even know what that is. Have I ever even seen one? I doubt it. Let's look at the glossary. Oh, this one. Fiend's Touch. But, well, I guess I don't have a damage versus assassin artifact, so that'll be interesting. But either way, on WrathofGod, it won't matter, because I'll be running the Antlers Cane on him regardless, because I like it. It's nice. It's a nice little artifact. But for nowsies, we are fighting warriors, so we need to swap in some warrior damage business. I think everybody's kind of set up okay-ish. Is speed going to be really useful on you? Probably not, because you're still slower than the old Daddy Moge. Oh, Daddy Moge's got PvP business on, so get rid of that crap. I want to keep some survivability on him. I don't know if this is going to make a big difference or not. Like I said, if he's getting just brought down to death, maybe swap him back to this is a better idea. I do want to leave resilience on him, though, because at Wave 3, like I said, he is a little squishier, and having at least some way to heal himself at least a little bit during the fights will be important, I think. So rather than go balls deep and go all in for the attack enables, I want to keep him a little bit survivability-ish so he doesn't die super duper quick. Yeah, we'll do a couple battles with Crit Stone, swap over to an Attack Stone, and try that. I think that'll be a cool idea. Valkyrie, it's cute that you tried, but you're not supposed to be here. How about you? You don't need speed literally at all, but the question is, she was taking a whooping on it. Like, I did one battle just to kind of see how things would go before I jumped on, and she actually got kind of in the red zone a little bit, and that's largely Belrain's fault, because Belrain is a random healer and not a dedicated healer like Ormus, who heals everybody, or Vesa. Belrain kind of heals all over the world. She's like, I'll heal these people and those people, but not them people, even though those people are dying and need healing. It's one of those things. So I think we'll still try to swap her up into a damagey-based deal. But at the same time, losing this reduced damage is probably going to make her take a serious punch in the noggin. But whatever. We're going to see if we can keep her alive with 2.8 million HP. That's perhaps a tall order. But what the crap, we'll find out. We're going to leave Resilience again. Sorry, my throat is killing me. Stop it, throat. Stupid throat of dumbness. But anyways, I want to keep her alive because obviously if she dies, her damage goes to 0, and that's not good. For the old Sig Monster, obviously we're going to swap over the Lethal Fight Back because that's the better deal for him. Again, I'm going to leave Resilience on just to be surezies, but I do not need that at all. I'm thinking another Nail of Destiny will be a fantastic thing to fight warriors with. So that seems like a pretty decent setup. I feel confident in that. But over here, I'm going to swap a Rune's Power onto you because I do believe you're going to take some serious whooping and beating on, and that's not very good for your body. So we'll give you a little bit of love. Cruz, do you really need the speed? Let's look at our team here. We've got 1364, 1373, that doesn't matter for you, 1446, 1346. So honestly, you can lose the speed and still be fine. What do I want to run on you? You want to go a crit-based Cruz? I'm joking, because that's obviously useless. He doesn't really need the speed, though. I want to give him enough, I don't want him to die. Essentially is what I want to do. How are you looking now? 1372, never mind. We might actually need that. You just hang on to what you were doing, Cruz. You had the right idea. What was I thinking? I have no idea. I'm a dirty peasant with a bad brain. But now, with all that tweakaging done, enables are set up. I think artifacts are set up right. Let's jump in here, and let's try to tickle these guys a little bit in a way they probably won't like, but I will enjoy. So let's go. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe it's allergies. Could be a thing. I don't know. My throat's just like kind of like it's got, I don't know. It's weirdness. I'm not sick. Like I'm totally healthy. Holy balls. The damage is not nice. Straight out the gate, they're hitting pretty freaking hard. Belrain, I'm going to need your healing to step up like immediately and fix my bad mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Cruz and Daddy Moge really need it. Actually, everyone kind of needs it, so you did not hit Cruz or Daddy Moge, which I really don't appreciate. Cruz, if you could heal yourself, that'd be beautiful. Or not, that's also great. So Daddy Moge and Cruz, the two people who probably need healing, taking lots of damage here. Daddy Moge's in Danger Town City, but we'll see. We're at round 5, so we're obviously doing very well. Nobody's dead yet, at least. Oh my god, I said that. Das Moge is pretty much guaranteed to die now with that damage over time on him. Yep. So this is going to be a bust for testing Daddy Moge. He just does not have survivability. He still did over 1 billion damage, which surprises the balls out of me, being that he died so early. Only did 31 million damage, but Shia and Sigmund really carried the team there. Not bad, team. Not bad at all. Das Moge, you're a pathetic loser, and I hate you. This is what I don't like about Das Moge, though. He's super inconsistent, because he's such a freaking squishy unit. It's really hard to keep him alive. And especially with Belrain as your main healer, that's also kind of a problem, because if Belrain does not heal him, he will die 100% of the time. So I'm going to throw Vitality on this fart, and see if maybe that extra health, turd hats, will keep him from dying. Maybe, you know, maybe he'll actually survive and not get killed with a little more HP, because a little more HP means that he obviously is going to get a bigger proc from his resilience passive as well. But I think mainly it's going to come down to making sure Belrain is healing him, because if she doesn't keep him healed, he's screwed. And if he's screwed, that's not good, because I don't want him to be screwed. I want him to do lots of damage, because that is good for me. Not for them, but for me. Man, Das Moge, you just get pooped on a lot, and I don't appreciate it. But it's okay, as long as, like, man, now she is in danger. Everyone gets in danger on this. Cruz is already pretty much dead, which, Cruz is dead. Cruz actually died already. What is going on with you guys? You guys are a bunch of turds. We're going to have to swap that Cruz back over to a reduced damage artifact, I think. The speed's nice. If you guys don't know why I kind of like speed on Cruz, getting his weaken out before the rest of your team attacks is pretty handy. It just is. But at the same time, it makes him a little more likely to be murdered by the Wave 3 bosses, which he is getting murdered by the Wave 3 bosses. And now we're going to lose that weaken damage, so our damage output probably won't be as legit as it once was. What the balls, game? Are you serious right now? You serious right now? You're just going to kick me out of the game like that? What in the absolute dingleberry buttholes? I didn't even get to see how much damage I did. Not that it mattered, because it was a bad run anyway. we're gonna forget that ever happened. If it happens again, I'm gonna punch somebody right in the face, and it's not gonna be me, because that would be a bad idea. But we're gonna throw on some reduced damage on you. We'll lose the speed. I'm not that worried about you being a little slower, even though it does kind of help boost damage a little bit. I would rather you not die like a pathetic turd sandwich. That would be beautiful. As for Daddy Moge, I feel like this is all we can do on him. I mean, other than going straight survivability enables, which I really don't want to do. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And hopefully not get kicked out of the game this time. We'll just see what happens all the way through. That'll be a good idea. How about that? Okay, so this time, team, no one's allowed to die. Belrain, you're going to have to use your 4 IQ to heal the people who are in desperate need of being healed, and not just people who are at full health, because they probably don't need it very badly because they're at full health. Wow. Even with all that extra attack, I mean, when she does heal, she heals by a lot, which is great, because without that healer, I would do, like, no damage at all. Have to swap to a deer monster, and deer monster still, I don't think, would be doing well enough to keep me going through these fights. So, I mean, allows me to run the wolf monster, which is definitely, in my opinion, so far that I've tested, the best monster for PvE damage that there is. The snake comes in a close second, at least in my testing. But, you know, we're going to get to round 8 here. It looks like everybody's still alive at round 8. That's beautiful. We can slow things down maybe and kind of see how everybody does. That's going to make a little bit of a difference here, right? Right. No one's dead. We got the full stacks from Heartwatcher up, which is fantastic. So if Heartwatcher does happen to go down now, it's not necessarily a big deal. Oh, he healed Heartwatcher. Oh, and Belrain did it too. Belrain, your IQ is at least 5 now. You've gone up 1 IQ. I is proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Belrain. Doing the right thing. Was that 40 million damage down there? Could have been. Very well could have been. I don't know. Whatever. Not important. We've only gone through 2 rounds in all that time. I feel like time has stood still. Whatevs. Boop. 36 million damage. 25 and 28 mil. So not huge damage, but again, he's not critting. And personally, I would say for Moge to really shine with a crit build, he almost needs a Punisher Staff of the Immortal to really shine. Because without it, he doesn't get the extra crit damage, and he also has lower crit chance, which means that the crit stone feels like a little weaker without a proper actual crit build. So we're going to try the double attack stone here if we can get a couple of rounds where he doesn't die and kind of see. Ooh, Sigmund. Was that a 73 million damage crit there from Moge? Not bad, Moge. Not bad at all. 47 million damage over time just hit those farts. That's disgusting. And this is like, this right here is the wave that really matters. I would say the last couple of waves, because this is going to show you, you know, how many stacks of skill damage Moge has. 78 million from Shia. 94 million damage from Moge. That is ridiculous. Holy balls. That was not bad. That was not bad. Oh my gosh, we about broke 2 billion damage over here, and this is on wave 3. So I can't even pump out full damage enables here, and we almost broke the 2 billion mark. That's not bad at all. Daddy Moge at 671 million damage, outdid both of my other units. She at 534 million, Sig at 605 million. But bear in mind, Sigmund and Shia both have faction advantage, so they do extra damage every time they attack, which, you know, obviously adds up to a lot of damage over the course of the battle. Wow, that's nuts. And I would assume a lot of this extra damage coming from Sigmund and Shia also has a hand in that change where skill damage now affects damage over time, because even if, like I said, you're like, well, they don't have much skill damage, every unit has 40% skill damage. All of them do, because that's what your tech is going to give you when you max your tech out. So everyone's got 40% skill damage at least, so every single damage over time hero got a small buff, at least a little bit. So they're doing a little more damage than normal, which was great. I'm actually really impressed with that run. 1.8 build, not bad for a wave 3 Broken Spaces run for me. Of course, I'd like to run it one more time where no one dies. The problem is, well, we can probably tell pretty accurately if someone, well, that's the problem with Moge is you can't. Okay, like, normally if I ran Sigmund in 2 fights and in one battle I just nexted it and I saw nearly the same damage, I'd say, well, Sigmund stayed alive the whole time. Or if I saw Sigmund at like 200 million damage, I'd say, well, Sigmund died pretty early. Whereas in these battles, you can't actually do that, because if Moge doesn't die, sometimes he still drops low damage. So I'm going to see if maybe he's a little more consistent now with the change to skill damage and his damage over time. But after this fight, if I can keep him alive and not have him die, Belrain, I swear to crap, there you go. Atta girl. Atta girl. You're good for me. We're good friends. I love you. I love you so much. Belrain, you're so good. But the idea is, like I said, if I can get a couple of good battles with a similar, damage point for Das Moge, I can swap to the attack stone and see if I do better damage with an attack stone now that dots obviously scale better from skill damage and stuff like that, and see if maybe my Das Moge can hit some even nastier numbers. Get him closer to 1 billion damage by himself, which wouldn't be bad. I'd be okay with that. I'd be very okay with that. Maybe we can break the 2 million damage mark today. Perhaps we can. It's possible. I mean, anything. We got close, and this is wave 3. Normally I do my testing on wave 2 because, I'll be honest, wave 2 is obviously much easier to test on. You're not as likely to die. You can throw straight up raw damage enables on everybody, which is nice. It actually makes quite the difference in the long run. So we'll see here what we end up with. And here's the thing. When you saw Das Moge crit, he hit like 90 million damage on the crit, but he only hit like, was it 40 million on the off crit? So it was like half damage. So another thing that comes to play with a crit stone is if you do crit, your damage numbers can spike a lot. If you don't crit, however, your damage numbers can tank a lot. So it's one of those things in this case where, I don't know. Like, I don't know. He's going to have another active skill. Yes, he's going to get another active skill for wave 15. That's beautiful. Come on, Daddy Moge, hit really hard. Do something nasty for me. Ugh, that wasn't nasty at all. No crit. So I'm assuming his damage will be lower this time, just because of the fact that, he didn't crit in the last one. 1.4 billion. This is a 400 million damage swing. And everyone did hit a little lower this time. No one really hit as high. And a lot of that, again, there's a lot of RNG that goes in these fights that you don't see. Things like where Cruce's active skills go to makes a big difference. Where Belrain's attack boosts land make a big difference. 57 million damage for a 10-star Heartwatcher. That's probably because she had a lot of the attack boost land on her, because she's not a very strong unit. And lost 100 million-ish damage, almost 200 million from Shia, 100 million from Sigmund, and Das Moge lost 230 million damage that round. He went 230 million damage the whole. Like I said, this is what I don't like about Daddy Moge. His swings are large. Swings is large. So either way, I'm going to swap him over to an attack stone now, and we're going to see if maybe I can get, like I said, if it's not a big deal, I've got, good God, I have almost 1 million dust. That's just stupid. It's just stupid how much dust I have. Oof, that was quick. Boy, do I like it when that happens. Double attack stone, raised his attack by quite a bit, but again, he has no crit or crit damage now. And you might say, well, how much crit did he have before? Only 20 more, but he had 25% crit chance. So it's 1 in 4 he's going to crit. That's not really high, which makes the crit damage less useful. I would say to have at least a moderately okay crit build, you'd need at least 50% crit chance to make crit damage become a more viable stat choice. And that's why, like I said, if you had the Punisher staff, you can normally get very close to that, if not to that number with most heroes, which makes it much more viable. Plus you end up like 100% crit damage with a crit stone, so it's disgusting. But we're going to see if Turd Hats, the attack stone, will fare better now because of the dots. We'll see. As long as no one dies. So we've got to get a couple lucky rounds here again where no one just fights the big one early on, because that's never fun. And of course, again, as last time, it does make a difference where the Cruce active skills go, where Belrain's active skills go, because if Belrain does not drop her attack boost on the right people, Heartwatcher's in a dookie sandwich right now. Oh, she's taking a lot of damage. Belrain, there you go. Belrain, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Belrain. When I need you, you was there this time. That's important. That's so important to me. I appreciate it when you do that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm gonna get him round. We'll slow it down at round 10, maybe. Round 10, round 11, round 12. I don't know. Whatever. Not super duper important. We'll slow it down later. That's the point. Okay. When we get up to a higher area of damage potential, it's gonna be beautiful. Oh, Heartwatcher, you're into Dookie Sandwich. Belrain, can you heal Heartwatcher, please? Belrain, you're such a genius. I tell you what. Sometimes she blows your socks off how smart she is, and then sometimes she blows your socks off how dumb she is. So it's one of those things. Anyways, this time for surezies, we're not going to see pretty much any crits from Das Moge because he has 5% crit chance, and even if he does crit, he has not much crit damage, so the damage difference won't be as huge as you might think. 51 million from the old Shia. Boy, that's nasty. Oh, I like that Shia. Oh, Das Moge's in Dookie Town. Belrain. Oh, Belrain's not going to be able to heal him either. Oh, this is bad. Cruce. Oh, you had an active skill. Everyone had an active skill. Boy, that wasn't good. That was not good for me. He's going to die 100%. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's alive. Das Moge, you absolute champion. I never doubted you for a moment. Not even one moment. So his damage is hitting pretty low. 20s of the millions, not crazy damage. So I'm really hoping that damage over time kicks in and kind of, I guess, makes up the difference here. Hopefully. 26, 27 million. So I mean, the damage isn't bad, but he's not critting for 90 million damage either. 1.3 billion. I'm assuming he didn't do very well this time. No, he went way downhill, like disgustingly lower than he was before. And another thing that I think might make a difference here also is E5. An E5 DAS Moge will do 30% extra damage when he doesn't crit. So having an attacks on an E5 DAS Moge is probably much more beneficial than not. But let's run it. We'll skip a couple battles here. I don't want to have to watch it every single time. We can probably get a decent idea if everybody survived or not just by watching the end result or seeing, like, if you did 800 million damage, probably people died. 1.4 billion. DAS Moge dropping a little bit more damage, 442 million, but still nowhere near the 600 million. We'll do it one more time. Just like I said, we're just trying to get little baselines here and see how well this actually works for him. Boop. 1.6 billion, so that's a little higher. And see, this is what I'm saying about DAS Moge. He's so freaking inconsistent. That's why I hate him. I hate him and I love him at the same time. Sigmund dropped quite a bit of damage there. Like, he went down about 200 million lower than he's been before. So I'm assuming there's a couple active skills or whatnot from Cruz landed on this guy or something, or the attack buffs just kind of miss Sigmund a lot. Happens. But yeah, I mean, from a person who's running 370 million damage, 400 million damage, to nearly 700 million damage, this is what I really hate about DAS Moge, is he's just not a consistent unit right now. He's all over the board. Sometimes he's amazing, sometimes he's absolute garbage mode, and it's just kind of sad. So I don't know. It's weird. So we have similar, I guess you would say, damage output potential from both the crit stone and the attack stone, depending on, I guess, where active skills and stuff landed and things like that. I want to swap him back. Skill damage precision. We can try a skill damage precision stone. I don't think it's going to do very great on him, even though he starts out with like 200% skill damage, which is disgusting. 105% precision. Why not give it a shot? We're already here. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You probably haven't seen a lot of these tests happen. I would assume you've probably never seen one of these tests happen, because who really runs the skill damage precision stone on anybody? We're not going to watch it all out. Like I said, we've already seen this battle a billion times. 1.4 billion, that's not bad. Daddy Moge at 452 million damage, so pretty much on point with how his other attacks went with the attack stone. And even some of his lower hits, I think, with the crit stone went down to 400-something million, so also a thing. Do it again. Next it, just see what happens. Ooh, someone probably died. I assume somebody died. Maybe. She at 200 million, I'd say Shia might have died that time. It makes sense, because, I mean, when she goes from hitting naturally 300 to 500 million, and she goes down to 200, she probably actually died that time, didn't get a good heal in, and even DAS Moge at 288 million wasn't very good. We'll do it one more time. We'll do it. Like I said, we've got plenty of HP on these guys to whittle away at them for a while and kind of see what happens. Let's do it. 1.2 billion, not crazy damage, and again, DAS Moge looking really weak on this one, 300 million. So I would say the skill damage stone, probably not a good choice for your Daddy Moge, at least not at E3. I would say it probably not a good one pretty much no matter when you run it. Block HP, we're going to say that's a no. A lot of speed, more HPs, don't need HPs. Holy damage. What the crap? Why not? We're already here, we're testing. I've got a billion gold and almost a million dust. We can test it out and see. 30% holy damage now. And it gives him some extra HP, a little more survivability, still decent attack. We'll see what happens. Could be interesting. Holy damage does affect your damage over time, by the way, so again, could be one of those things that makes a big difference. Might be something that makes no difference. Again, I'm not going to watch these out. We're just going to next them because it's the fastest way. 1.2 billion damage is not looking hot for the ooh. Either you died, or I'm pretty 90% sure she died. But DAS Moge's damage was nothing to write home about. 342 million is pretty low. That's not really something I'm impressed with. So let's do it again. Shia, don't die on me. Stay alive. 1.3 billion. Did someone die again? No, it looks like everybody stayed alive that time, just damage. It looks like Belrain got a lot of attack buffs. You can tell usually when her attack goes from like 13 million damage to one round doing 47 million damage, Generally speaking, that's because her attack buffs landed on her a lot, and Cruce's active skill may have landed on her a lot. Same with Heartwatcher doing 34 million damage. It's a 10-star Heartwatcher. She's not really good at doing damage. She just mainly supports your damage. But Das Moge at 488 million. Not terrible, not great. We'll do one more test and see if he kind of hangs around that lower tier area or if he jumps up. We'll see. Boop, beep. Defeat, 1.2 billion. So we're staying pretty consistent in the damage area here. And everyone's staying, well, Sigmund took a look at the damage on her, 50 million damage. You can bet she got a lot of attack buffs that time. But she did pretty well. Still 400 million on Das Moge, not amazing damage. I'm not really that big on it. So I'm saying Holy Damage Stone, again, probably not a very great stone. Let's swap. I don't, really, game? You think I want the exact same stone I currently have? Like, the answer is no. The answer is 100% no. Attack, precision. I don't feel like it's a great deal here. Double attack, we already tried double attack. I want to get back to crit and crit damage and test it a little bit again. Just to kind of see if maybe we get some similar numbers, a little bit different. Make a full circle, okay? It's important. These guys, half health still. Like I said, we got plenty of testing we can do on them. I want to get at least one good hit on the light boss, just to kind of see. 1.5 billion damage, not amazing. And look, Das, like I said, he's just all over the freaking board. These guys did really well that time, though. Very well. 553 million, 500 million. Not bad, you guys. Props. Das Moge, I don't know what the crap your deal was there. 300-something million damage. That's disgusting, okay? That's disgusting. You should be ashamed. Ashamed of yourself. Let's do it again. 1.69 billion. So I'm assuming he popped up some damage this time. A little bit more. 545 million. This game is just, it drives me up a tree with Das Moge. He's just so inconsistent. I hate him. I hate him, but I love him. What we're going to try now is this. We're going to drop some skill damage off, lose a little bit of attack, but boost his crit chance to 40%. I just kind of want to see if this may be enough to actually get him. I'm going to throw an Antlers Cane on you, buddy, because you love antlers, and antlers are a solid freaking artifact for Sigmund anyway. But let's try this with a little bit higher crit and see if maybe we can fudge his numbers to naturally land a little bit higher because he crits more often. That's obviously, it makes sense with a crit stone to optimize your crit. I do like the Antlers Cane, though. It's nasty. Defeat, 1.3 billion. That looked actually pretty nasty. What in the butthole? Someone died. Someone died or everything went wrong. We're going to pretend that never even happened. We're going to pretend that absolutely never even took place because it shouldn't have. That was disgusting damage. I'm embarrassed that even showed it. 1.2. What is going on right now? Is people dying? I feel like she is dying because Belrain is not doing her job correctly. I just feel like that's what's going on here. Sigmund dropped a new PB looking like PB, personal best, PR, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. 648 million damage, so he was doing work. Das Moge did not do work. Shia did not do work. Let's try this one more time. This is what I hate about Das Moge. Sometimes he hits those freakish damage numbers, and sometimes he just sucks a big fat one. 1.4 billion. So I think our first hit was like the best hit we've pulled off. I feel like she is dying. Like there's no way you're dropping this low of damage and stay, unless you're just never critting, like you're having the worst luck of your life. I feel like she's eating it. I feel like it's happening. We'll try it one more time. We'll try it one more time. Uno mas timos. One more. This is it. Last time we're doing it over here. 1.4 billion. So again, not crazy good damage. Das Moge. I mean, I don't say it about you, dude. It's weird. It's weird. The stars do kind of have to align, where like as you see here, 60 million damage and 40 million damage. A lot of attack buffs landed on these two units, and they really do not need it at all. I mean, it does help her heals a little bit to have the attack boosts on, but does not affect Heartwatcher at all. And again, like if those attack boosts land on Das Moge, your damage goes up, things change. Same thing that lands on Shia or lands on Sigmund. So you do see fluctuations from every unit, but you haven't seen my units fluctuating naturally between 300 million damage like Das Moge does. Sometimes nearly 700 million, sometimes down to 360 million damage. It's kind of low. I guess we'll try a battle over here against the light dudes, even though I do not have a damage versus assassin artifact, which means, oops, not what I wanted to do. We'll Echo of Death you as well, just because it gives you some crit, you lose some HP, but you've got higher crit chance now, which, you know, might make a difference. The big thing I'm worried about here, though, is I'm worried that he's going to die. I'm pretty actually 99. I think he's going to probably eat it, because he's taking bonus damage here, where he did not take that against the Abyss units. Plus, our damage will probably go down by a lot because these people do not get the extra damage buff now. Whatever. We'll watch this one out. We'll see what happens. And see if we can't get Moge to hit a pretty solid number. I mean, but good God, almost half his health went away in round 1. Holy crap. He's almost dead. He's almost dead already. Like I said, this was going to be the problem from Moge from day one. Didn't get a heal from Belrain. He's going to die pretty much 100%. Belrain, you've got to heal Moge. Oh, you did. Good job. Oh, still died. Still couldn't make it. So even Belrain's close to... Belrain's even dead. Holy ballsack. What is up with you humans? Bunch of freaks over here doing a bunch of weird damage. I don't know if I agree with that at all. I think she just got unlucky. Or she just died really bad because she sucks. I almost have to run reduced damage on this guy, which is going to tank his damage. But if he dies, his damage is 0. So that's, again, this is what I really hate about Moge, is he's very squishy, so it's hard to keep the fart alive, especially in Wave 3 broken spaces. And in Pray for Fire bosses, you might as well not even bring him in, because he's going to die immediately. But on top of that, it's not just that. It's that his damage is all over the board all the time. And it's, like I said, maybe at E5 it'll even out a little bit, and it should. I mean, it makes sense with that balance strike or whatever it is, enable, that you might be able to get him to a point where his damage balances. Because if he doesn't crit, he gets 30% extra damage. If he does crit, he heals, so it makes him a little less squishy maybe. But as of right now at E3, he's performing very similar to how he used to perform. Again, I'm not testing on Wave 2 broken spaces. I would assume on a Wave 2 broken spaces, I probably could have broken 2 billion today, because I could run all-out, balls-out attack enables on literally everybody, and you get the max amount of damage out of your team that way, and it does add damage, you know, to be able to run Shared Fate, and all that extra business. But, you know, Wave 3, not the same story. Even with a healer like Belrain, it's still kind of tough to keep your team alive, at least for me. But yeah. We're rounding down here. Round 12, everyone's still alive at least this time, so the reduced damage change did make a difference. We didn't change Belrain up, but I kind of assumed she got unlucky to get killed like that. 20 million, not really great damage. Again, he's not running an attack-based deal now. He's running a defensive artifact to stay alive, which will drop your damage numbers, just it does. There's no way around it. No way around it, and everyone's doing less damage here pretty much, except for Moge. Moge should be doing, well, maybe extra. Even active skill there wasn't all that pretty. It really wasn't. And again, this is a crit stone, and I had to get rid of the crit artifact. So that's fun. That's fun. Last round here. Let's see if we can't... Ooh, 65 million, he actually got a crit off. And again, that's going to make a big swing in his damage. Like, that's pretty much like 3 of his other attacks going off all at once. We didn't even break 1 billion damage, which I didn't really expect us to. Even here. Not very great damage output. I mean, we swapped through stones, we've swapped things around multiple times. Shia did absolutely god-awful horrible. Again, I'm assuming that she's catching a lot of these attack buffs from Belrain, so there's still a lot of RNG that goes into this. And it's one of those things, like you might pop up on Reddit and see somebody's E3 Moge drop 1 billion, 1.2 billion damage and go, oh my gosh, Moge OP. And the thing is, it's not necessarily true, because that's a snapshot. Takes one battle to go well to get that kind of damage result. It's not the damage result that you constantly get, as you saw here. Moge running through a gamut of different stones, constantly testing him. His damage fluctuated hundreds of millions of damage either way, constantly. So it takes one really good round where things kind of work out the right way to get him to boost up and kind of, you know, get that one really good round. And the same thing when you see like the post like Dark Arthrodal's OP. No, she's not. She really isn't. I had a guy attack me the other day on this account, my PvE Garbo account, with an E3 and an E5 Dark Arthrodal, and he lost. Badly. Like, he only killed one of my dudes. And I was like, obviously Dark Arthrodal, not OP. She's just a random luck-based nuke. Like, if she gets her nuke off and it works, yeah, she can do some serious damage. Should you build your entire team based around a hopefully lucky nuke? No. That's what I would say you definitely shouldn't do, because that meta will die quickly. It's not going to be around for long. So anyways, there you go. We tested on Moge a lot today. And again, he's still as squishy as ever at E3. The skill damage buff to damage over time didn't really seem to play a huge role in either way. Whether he went attack, or with crit, it didn't really seem to make a huge difference on him. He landed similar... his best 2 stones were crit and attack. With attack, I mean, there were still huge variances. He went to 680 something million damage with an attack stone, and he also went as low as 300 and something million. Same thing here at the crit stone. He's gone down to 300 something million and as high as 670 million damage. So I would say if you go to E5, for survivability uses, crit might be better to help him crit and heal. But in terms of raw damage, I think at E5, an attack stone will probably outperform a crit stone. That would be my guess. So we'll see if I do take him to E5, which I might. We'll see how that all goes. If I take him to E5, we can test a little bit more on there. But from now, I'm not seeing any crazy big differences between the two. I'd love to get back. Of course, we only have a couple of days left. Boop. Yeah, 49 hours. So in a couple of days, my bosses will refresh, and I can go back and try that tier 2 boss and load him up with all the damage a man can possibly load up on Moge and not have to worry about survivability as much. Just all raw damage enables on everybody, and see if we can't break that 2 billion damage mark, but at the same time, you'll see if Moge can't hit some 800, 900, even a billion damage numbers on a wave where I'm not so worried about keeping him alive. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of Moge testing today. Like I said, he didn't seem to change all that much for me. Very much the same Moge he was. Super inconsistent, super squishy, but we'll see, like I said, when the bosses reset, what wave 2 looks like for him, because that's kind of where he's more comfortable at anyways. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please make sure, smash that thumbs up button and show your support, and I will see you guys in the next one.